We've flipped our entire high ticket strategy on its head, and you get to benefit from everything we've learned. Time is money. It doesn't matter who we're talking about. When you move the sale of your high ticket solution from external to internal, you are going to have predictability in your business. So here's how I want you to think about your high ticket strategy in your business as you go into the back half of 2025, and even more importantly, as you set yourself up for success in 2026. We've flipped our entire high ticket strategy on its head, and you get to benefit from everything we've learned. In today's episode, I am breaking down for you the 4 key reasons why you may want to change your high ticket sales strategy and how it's going to help you grow faster, profit more, and create more freedom in your business. So we've been talking a lot on the show about the rise of trust building offers, the changes in the online space, and a lot of the shifts that we've been leading our clients through that have been helping them to have wildly insane growth results. Now, we all know there was a little bit of a lull period in there because a lot of the things that had been working for many, many years kind of stopped working. They lost a lot of their power, and we had to flip the script and rearrange the pieces of the puzzle to make it work again. But now that it's clicked and our clients are really understanding trust building offers, the Miracle Hour and the Dream 1000, they're starting to see radical growth results with far less complexity, expense, and time in their businesses. And this goes hand in hand with what I want to share with you on the podcast today. So most of you know that when I came out of the Fortune 500 world and I moved in the online space, my first 10 years in the online space were really dedicated to building direct-to-consumer, high-ticket coaching and consulting. For about 7 years, my entry-level price point was $30,000. And so I really specialized not only in selling and teaching my own team how to sell high-ticket direct to the market, but we taught a lot of our other clients the same. Now, this is a great strategy in a high trust, high growth market, because when you have a smaller following, a smaller email list, and maybe you're early stage in the online space, you want to look at the methodology that is going to allow you to have the least amount of clients, but make the highest amount of revenue per client to get profitable, reinvest in the business, and continue to grow. Now, over the last few years, many businesses, especially if you sell mid or high ticket, have quite a lot of pent-up demand that you now have the opportunity to tap into. And this is really powerful when you understand this, because this is the people that want and need what you're offering that may have at some point been your ideal client, been able to easily afford that offering, but maybe their circumstances have changed. Their business has slowed down, or they haven't gotten a raise in a few years while their cost of living has gone up. And so what this means is a lot of you have a lot more demand that you can tap into in your business than you ever recognized. And I just recently did an episode called The Rise of the Trust Building Offer. If you missed that episode, definitely check it out. I'll link it in the show notes below. But this really builds on that, because it's not that high ticket is going anywhere. High ticket solutions are never going to go away. And in fact, with the rise of AI and all of the changes that are happening in the world, I actually believe that there will be even greater demand for high ticket services. So a lot of people are like kind of freaking out right now, like, oh my gosh, my whole business has been high ticket coaching or consulting or high dollar services or, whatever the case. And they feel like their whole business is falling apart, and they're wondering, what am I going to sell? Am I going to be able to still have a high ticket, consultancy, or am I still going to be able to sell my mastermind? And the answer is absolutely yes, right? There's always going to be a demand for service providers, especially in a super high caliber, hands-on way. And you have to be able to zoom out to the bigger picture to recognize it's not that people aren't buying these solutions. It's not that there isn't demand for these solutions. It's that in every season, in every era of business, our strategy needs to look a little bit different for how we tap into the buyers of these solutions. So when I record an episode like this for you in 2026 or 2027 or beyond, I probably will be sharing a completely different strategy on how to position and sell your high ticket offers. But in the era of today, in the era of now, where we are in 2025, here's a couple things that I'll tell you. Your fastest, easiest path to selling high ticket solutions in 2025 is absolutely through your own internal buyers list. It is through your own low ticket customers. Your trust building offer is the easy yes that is going to bring those customers in the hundreds into your world. It's going to give them a taste of you being the real deal, of them being able to really trust you. Okay. And here's what this is going to do for you when you get the whole strategy, when you zoom out to the big picture and you really understand, like, where is this going and what does this mean about your business growth in the coming years? When you look at this, when you move the sales of your high ticket solutions from externally, where you have either yourself or a high ticket sales team sitting on sales calls, hours and hours of time that you can never get back. When you look at the cost of marketing high ticket solutions just to have maybe the 1 to 2% of your audience raise their hand and express interest, the cost and the time alone are extraordinary in a good market. You have to be good at what you do. But in a struggle market, in a harder market, in a market like today, that cost and that time, you don't have that time. You don't have that money. And so you have to look at the fact that if you move selling your high ticket solutions from external, where you're going after prospects, to internal, where you're selling these solutions to your own low ticket customers, you are saving extraordinary amounts of time. You are saving extraordinary amounts of money. And it doesn't matter whether this is for you or for your team. Time is money. It doesn't matter who we're talking about. The other thing to recognize is that you are going to have far better client results, and you are going to have a more predictable business when you are selling high ticket solutions to your own customers. Okay? So here's what I want you to think about. When you are selling high ticket solutions to your own customers, what that means is that no more countless hours of sales calls where no one buys anything. No more running ads and paying out the nose for leads when the vast majority of people are never going to be qualified anyway. You're not doing endless launches where now in this market, you have a very unpredictable conversion rate on high ticket. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You're still going to do live launches. They're just going to look different. Okay. But not only that, but one of the biggest things that we've recognized when we pulled our focus of selling high ticket from external to internal is we're not just saving time, we're not just saving money, but our clients are getting better results. And the reason our clients are getting better results, and the reason your clients will get better results also, is that they have momentum coming into your high ticket solution. I remember going back and looking at the people that graduated from offer to offer over the years for us and looking at the difference between the results that people got that elevated through our ecosystem versus the people that came into a high ticket solution with no background on what we teach, the methodologies that they're going to be deploying, etc. Your customers will get better results and a bigger ROI from your high ticket solutions when they already have momentum in your low ticket solutions. And finally, and probably the thing that will make the biggest difference for you above anything else that I'm talking about in today's episode, is that when you move the sale of your high ticket solution from external to internal, you are going to have predictability in your business. I'll tell you why. You already know the people that your team is getting on consultations with. When our team now is saying, I'm talking to someone about ABC XYZ today, they're already a customer of ours. We know their history. We know what results they've been getting. We know that they're qualified for that solution. And we have a pretty good idea that they're either going to say yes and sign me up today, or yes, and I'll be ready to get started when. So here's how I want you to think about your high ticket strategy in your business as you go into the back half of 2025, and even more importantly, as you set yourself up for success in 2026. The trust building offer on the front end of your business is going to be your customer acquisition tool. It is how you are going to build a massive pool with no friction and a low barrier to entry to demonstrate the kind of results that people will get in your world, to let them get to know you, to build trust, to create momentum, and to get that quick win. And then you will use a back-end machine to consistently concierge your own clients from solution to solution. Now, here's what's really interesting that we're finding happening quite a bit with our virtual business school members. Many of them are seeing that they're having so much success with their trust building offers, and that they're so much easier to sell. They're so much easier to deliver. They're having a ton of fun. Their clients are getting great results. Everyone's happy. Many of them are putting a lot less emphasis on high ticket solutions going into the future, because they've found that actually they're able to replace that revenue from high ticket with low ticket solutions. But maybe you're not that person. Maybe you're like, I actually love high ticket, and that's where I want to be positioned in the market, and that's what I want to do. A trust building offer can simply solve for the problem of countless hours on cold sales calls, wasted time and energy in high ticket launches that don't convert, and the endless hours that you're paying for, whether it's your time or someone else's, to move these leads across the line. So the bottom line is that I want you to know that high ticket solutions aren't going anywhere. In the age of AI, and as AI becomes even bigger part of our daily lives, people are going to be craving hands-on solutions with real service providers more than ever. Of course, there's going to be the crowd that decides they're going to use ChatGPT as their life coach and bestie, but there's just as many people that are not going to be doing that are actually even more interested and going to place even higher value on high ticket one-to-one solutions, one-to-many solutions. So it's not going anywhere. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be fearful. You do need to change your strategy. It's going to be 10 times more time consuming and more expensive to sell high ticket externally than it is going to be internally. And make sure you stick around for the upcoming episodes of the Kelly Roach Show, because I'm going to be breaking down for you some of the steps that you can take once people join your trust building offer, so that you can quickly move them from your trust building offer into your mid and high ticket solutions. So remember, when you think about moving your offers for high ticket solutions from external to cold leads to internal to your own clients, not only are you going to save time and money, you're going to create more predictability in your business, and your clients are going to get even better results. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So be patient, play the long game, hold the vision for your business, and keep following along. Make sure you scroll down in the show notes below today's episode, because I'm going to be linking a couple different resources for you around trust building offers, around how to upsell your clients effectively. I'm going to invite you to an upcoming masterclass that I have on all of these topics, and a few more things that you're not going to want to miss. So scroll down below, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to The Kelly Roach Show. If you enjoyed this episode, do me two solids. Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review so other people can find the life-changing content that we share here. We're on our way to #1, and we need your help getting there. Thanks so much for being a part of the community and for tuning into the show each and every week.